れがイングの力だと？バカな。
バカな。Dealing sensor. That should count. How? Yokowo, how dare you! You can't run, Igretta! Ing, remember this! I'll be the one to kill you! A decoy bomb? What's the status on the enemy machine? Gone! Well, I lost it! So he's escaped. How could he have gotten away? And, I'm gonna get extremely rude. Money. XP. Sometimes you just gotta really fucking kill a dude, and that's how you do it. Yeah, if it doesn't kill it, then I wanna know why 2 Rampage Ghosts and 2 Tatsunaki Zanjankos aren't doing 5,000 damage. Especially when the Rampage Ghosts are coming out with lock bonus. Oh, the Inkill. Yeah, also if it doesn't count as well. I could have headed him down with another, like with an armor breaker or something from Rai, if I'd split him up. I would have had to wait another turn, but yeah, like I think it would have been doable. Yeah, it's 20k. I've got my pride, I don't listen to someone like you. But and we'll do that again. But this time 70% damage, 80% damage. Okay. Okay, pretty good.
お前にしては真面目なシゲだったな。
そうだったっけ。
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. And Arte's like, come back, Amara. But Lord Arte, oh, it's fine, we're done. Come back. But Ing, don't worry, it's all according to the plan. She's like, oh, but she knows about Ing. Blah. No, it's not important. She left? And then Mio to finish it off.
落とし前はきっちりとつけさせてもらうぜ。
道を開けないと押し通るからね。
アークロック。
総集電五郎入道政宗が期待し技物。
Got him.
モロハ流星眼崩し受けてみよう。
No remaining enemy signatures. Stay on alert. Call all fire teams back. Roger, calling them in. Ing, you got called back. What's the status of your machine? Ing? Ing's heart rate has suddenly dropped. Looks like the machine is at its limit too. Mia's getting bombed up. Holy moly. Right, we need to go get him. Got it. Send out the X-Fairies. So how's Ing doing? He's fallen into a coma due to using all that power, but his wife's not in danger. So he was one of the machinery children. We didn't show any signs of that until now, and we didn't know his psychic powers were this strong either. Ariel, what do you know about this? No data at all. After he left, I assumed it was erased. Could it have been to hide his origins? But why did the Gaia Sabers do that? But even if he is one of the machinery children, he feels different from Igretta or Thurisaz or Answers. And he isn't like the boosted children either. Still, if he was made by Egret Theft, then it's fair to say that he's not a normal human. Do you think Ing's powers were given to him by that man? Valletta, what's your opinion? For that level of power, he would need to have used facilities at the White Star, but they were destroyed after the L5 battle of Operation SRW. So, nothing to do with the Arrogators then. Even if my father was somehow involved in this, I don't think he was intentionally given that power. Coincidental mutation. Speaking of Arrogator tech, I think the gun in the gun seems pretty suspicious. It's equipped with a tronium engine and its attacks are similar to the Argon Rival. I've seen pictures of it, but from what I've heard, that machine was lost. It went with Ingram. Well, you can explain the fact the guy in the gun has tronium by saying it was stolen from somewhere. Didn't you get the feeling that that machine was made using the same tech as the Argon Rival? But how did they get the machine? The White Star itself was destroyed too. They might have got their hands on it before it was destroyed. Or maybe someone gave it to them. Couldn't be. Valletta, is there anyone who could who was brought here by the White Star who'd be lending a hand to the Gaia Sabers? Can't rule out that possibility. Second coming of the Arrogators. Something fishy. What's that? The Arrogators' objective was to give EOT to Earthlings with their lust for war and superior capabilities for battle, and then after fighting a huge amount of battles they had bolstered their own ranks with those Earthlings had the greatest battle ability. In the end they failed, but by the time of the L5 campaign they had completed the training of the people they'd selected. Their next step would be to send another White Star and to collect the fighters and weapons who had grown even stronger. What about the step before that? In Major Ingram's case, he had everything set up from the get-go. If the Irrigators were conspiring with the Gaia Sabres, or rather with Artea, then they would have worked towards obtaining their goal quicker. But unlike Ingram, Artea is part of the Federation government. He's a man from a very central position. That's right. If he wanted to capture us, he would have had plenty of chances to do so till now. Back then he had to fight us where he wanted us. Yeah, back then he had us right where he wanted us. If he'd really gone all out, it would have been over. It's just unlikely this is the second coming of the Irrigators. So there was just like a minute of me reading shit because you say, instead of someone just going, no, you say, you're wrong, don't be stupid. Just shut up, sit down. But since the Guardian the Gun Machine is around, it has that much power. Must be some kind of connection between the Gaia Sabres and the Irrigators, considering the tech used by it. That's true. Just like with Ing, we need to find out more. Major Gilliam, please report this to Lieutenant General Jacob. Understood. Colonel Grafina, regarding Ing, what should we do? If he gets his memories back, he might become someone like Igretta. He fought against Igretta and Amara with all his might. Even if his memories come back, he'd surely... And besides, he can't go back to the Alpha Sabres. If he did, Igretta would... Yeah, he's got no place to call home but here. But we know that he's got a dark side, whether it's his memories or some other situation. It's possible he could become our enemy. We'll deal with that when and if it happens. Then, the XX-Bean is an important part of our forces, and Ing, who pilots it, is too. If he still wants to be part of our team when he wakes up, we'll let him. But if the worst does happen... Understood. If that happens, I'll stop him. No, Kai wouldn't let you go through that. He'd save you from yourself on this one. Grand Christmas. So, what's that power that Ing has? Something necessary for my plan to succeed. But, nothing dangerous. You and the guy in the gun did perfectly. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for having it go so well. Sir? Ing's nothing more than a tool I will use to achieve my goals. But that's not the case for you, Amara. You're the person I trust the most. Please trust me and just work on your missions. Remember how he just fucking absorbs her? At the end he's like, I fucking lied, eat shit. Yes sir, I'll go wherever you order. Looks like you were trying to kill Ing. But you got what you wanted, right Papa? And then Fef says, are you unsatisfied? Igretta says, no, I've fulfilled my order. What you want is what I want. Fef then says, I see, that's fine then, Igretta. And then Igretta says internally, if I make a fuss, I won't be able to look into this anymore. I need to stay quiet for now. After all, I will be the one to kill Ing. We got some stuff. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out.